Hello BookTube, I've got a small update on my end, a small update. I'm going to continue posting reviews of everything on this channel as usual, but I'm going to stop, or at least pause indefinitely, the weekly reading vlogs and my starting videos. And the reason for this is the normal reason. It's just, I don't feel like I have the time to do it. I've been busy lately, tired lately. Some of the videos I've filmed in the past couple weeks, I've filmed when I really should have been getting to bed and getting to sleep instead. Time has always been a factor for me ever since I had kids. You know, when I first started this channel, back in, when was it, 2017, I was still single, didn't have any kids. But now I'm married, I have 2 kids. It changes everything. You don't have enough time to do everything you want. You have to prioritize your time. But we're all busy, aren't we? We all have other commitments and stuff like that. And in fact, I'm well aware that I'm not the first type of booktuber to make this type of video. It's almost like a booktube tradition, isn't it? We all start off on various projects, and then we all get busy and we have to back away from those projects. And I considered maybe even not making a video here, just stopping doing the weekly reading vlogs and the starting videos. But I thought, why not make a video? Just let everybody know, especially since the weekly reading vlogs were weekly. They were kind of a feature of this channel. So, yeah, like I said, the primary reason I've stopped them is just because I'm tired. I'm going to prioritize getting to bed on time instead of doing those weekly reading vlogs. I'm not sure what exactly has changed. No, let me rephrase that. I know what's changed. I'm busier now. I'm a little bit busier than I was a couple months ago for a few different reasons. Personal stuff, I won't get into it, personal and work related. And also, I think I'm filming more videos in general the past few weeks, partly because I've been doing books like this collection of Greek drama, and instead of reviewing it as one book, I've been reviewing each play separately, which tends to make a lot more frequent reviews, right? Instead of like reviewing one book at the end of the month, I review 2 different plays every week, and now I'm starting on a second collection of Greek drama. The Bible as well, I'm reviewing that book by book, so I'm doing a lot more compilation books, which are resulting in a lot more frequent reviews. But that's what I want to do. I mean, that's what I want to prioritize on this channel, is the reviews of stuff. And so in order to prioritize doing that, I'm going to deprioritize the weekly reading vlogs and the starting videos. If you're new to this channel and haven't been watching, the weekly reading vlogs are something I started a couple years ago, where I just talk about what I was reading for that week. Now, there are booktubers who talk about, like the 10 books they finished this week on their weekly reading vlogs. For me, I'm a much slower reader. So, I tend to be reading a single book for a month or more. And I initially thought on this weekly reading vlogs, I would just talk about what I had read that month. So, instead of saving up all my thoughts on a book for one review at the end and then having too much to say and running out of time on the camera, I just talk about the 50 pages that I had read this week and what interested me about those 50 pages, etc. That was the idea. It didn't quite work out that way for a few different reasons. The biggest reason, I guess, is I had a little bit of trouble remembering exactly which 50 pages I had read this week. So you know, when you're reading an ongoing book, you're like, okay, I remember there was a few interesting things here. Did that happen in last week's reading, or did that happen in this week's reading? I would have to kind of go back and check the pages before filming the video. It was turning out to be a lot of work. But then as I've gotten busier, the past, I don't know, year, maybe 2 years, so many of these weekly reading vlogs have been me just turning on the camera, saying I don't have time to do a long video, giving out the page counts of what I've read, but not really talking about it in any depth, and then ending the video. And that's not particularly useful to anyone. In fact, I really probably should have stopped making these weekly reading vlogs a long time ago once I got out of the habit of actually talking about the content of the reading. But you know, it was just inertia. I'd already formed the schedule of doing it, so it was just easier to keep doing it than to rethink what I was doing. But yeah, I'm going to cut those out. It's one less video to do a week, and it'll save me time going forward, and I'll just try and get to bed earlier on Sunday night instead. And then the starting videos, those are videos I make when I start a book. And again, the initial reason for doing that is because when I review a book, I tend to like to talk about all my history with the book. You know, when I first heard about it, my history with the author, why I decided to read it, why I picked it up now at this moment in time instead of waiting another couple years, etc. And you know, it's important to me. It may not be of interest to anybody else, but I you know, it's my thoughts on the book, so I want to talk about it. But I realized it was annoying some people. People would leave comments on my reviews saying something like, dude, I'm 10 minutes in and you still haven't started talking about the book. Or, you know, people would leave a timestamp, like he actually starts the review at 12:20, and they'd leave a timestamp in the comments. So I thought, okay, I get the message. And so doing these starting videos was one way in which I thought I would take all that baggage I have and just do a video when I started the book. And, you know, I'm a slow enough reader, again, that a lot of books I'm reading for several weeks at a time. So, you know, you do a starting video and then you come back with a full review after 6 weeks or something. You know, to a certain extent, I don't know, there's value in that to an extent. If I still had time, and, you know, if I wasn't busy and sleepy and stuff like that, I would keep it going. But given the fact that I need to cut back on this channel, that's one of the easiest things to cut back on. Besides, it didn't really work in the sense that I still felt the need to repeat all that stuff usually when I film my review anyways. Because, you know, you can never assume on YouTube that somebody has seen all your other videos, right? You always want to start each video up as if somebody is tuning into your channel for the first time. As well as a lot of these videos, the started videos, I don't really have anything to say about the book. Just like, you know, I heard this is going to be interesting, or this looked interesting, so I picked it up on a whim. I don't know anything about it yet because I haven't started it. Those kind of videos, which aren't very valuable. Yeah, the started videos and the weekly reading vlogs will I don't want to say stop forever, although who knows. But for the moment, we'll just pause them indefinitely. If my situation changes, I may start out with them again. But for the moment, I think I'm just going to prioritize doing the reviews of stuff here and not make videos about my weekly page count, and not make videos when I start a new book. I'll just, you know, when I finish the book, I'll still do the review, but no more starting videos, no more weekly reading vlogs. Okay, thank you very much, BookTube.